If you've ever done any sort of online advertising for your real estate business, then you know that working with leads is different than working with referrals. In this video, I want to show you how to turn an online lead into a warm referral-like client. And if you've struggled to convert leads into sales from online advertising, then this video is especially for you. So let's get right into it. The first thing you have to understand are the two obstacles when working with a real estate client. Really, there are two obstacles to any sale for any business, and this is especially important to understand for turning leads into sales. The first obstacle is being problem aware. So let's use real estate as an example. Does that prospect know that they need to buy a home or sell their current one? As a real estate agent doing your prospecting, you should only be using your time talking to clients who are problem aware. And the good thing about both leads and referrals is they're both problem aware. They know they need to buy or sell a home. That referral wouldn't have reached out to you if they weren't problem aware. And you know the lead's problem aware because they clicked your ad and then sent you their information. The problem with some of the traditional ways of getting clients in real estate, cold calling and door knocking, is that you spend a lot of time talking to people who aren't even problem aware, over that first sales objections. Those are real inefficient ways to get clients. If you did want to go the cold calling route, which still works, especially for calling FSBOs and expireds, circle prospecting to find homeowners and listings, if you're going to go that route, you should at least be using leverage. So get someone to call people for you and send you the ones who need to buy or sell a home, the ones who are problem aware. That's going to be way more efficient. Or you can run a simple online advertisement and have people self-select. Second obstacle to any sale is who will help me solve my problem. If we break it down, sales is really just a transfer of beliefs that you are the person to help them solve their problem. And as you know, with a referral, the belief that you are the person to help them buy or sell was already transferred to that client by the person you helped buy or sell a property in the past. And that's why referrals are so great. They already know, like, and trust you because the friend who you helped in the past transferred that belief over to them. An online lead, on the other hand, doesn't trust you yet. And that's the main challenge you have to overcome in order to convert them to a paying client and into a sale. That brings up the million-dollar question. How do you build trust with your leads? And the answer is you got to provide them with more value. Value is a word that gets tossed around a lot online. You hear things all the time from gurus saying things like,
you got to provide more value, build more value for your client.
But I think a lot of people don't know exactly or thoroughly understand what value means. So for that reason, I want to share with you the value equation, which I learned from meeting Alex Ramosi. Here's how we break down value. First, we have a numerator and a denominator. This one's for all my math wizards out there. On the top, the numerator, we have dream outcome multiplied by likelihood of achievement. On the bottom, the denominator, we have time delay multiplied by effort and sacrifice. The goal here is to communicate with your leads that you can increase the things on the top of the equation, so the dream outcome and the likelihood of achievement, and then decrease the things on the bottom, so time delay and then effort and sacrifice. Let's break down each of those variables together real quick. Dream outcome. You've got to get your buyer leads to trust that you can help them find the best home for the lowest price possible. And then for seller leads, that you can help them sell their home for the maximum price possible. That's what every buyer and seller wants, right? So far, pretty straightforward. Then we have likelihood of achievement. Get your leads to believe and understand that you will, without a shadow of a doubt, help them achieve that dream outcome because you've helped hundreds of clients do exactly that in the past, and you have a foolproof method to be sure they will achieve that same outcome. No questions asked. Having lots of testimonies online will increase the perceived likelihood of achievement and value of working with you. That's why it's important to have a strong personal brand, especially online. It'll actually help you increase your conversion rates with your leads because it helps build trust and value. Now, time for the bottom half of the equation, starting with time delay. How long will it take the prospect to achieve what they want, their dream outcome, after signing up to work with you? The shorter the time delay, the better. And the last one, effort and sacrifice. What does your prospect have to either start or stop doing in order to achieve their dream outcome by working with you? You can put things into your offer to sweeten the deal for them and reduce their effort and sacrifice, like free staging, or you'll find them a mover or a cleaner. So you want to communicate very clearly with your prospect those four things, which will increase the perceived value of working with you. The channels you can use to communicate this value with the lead are, obviously conversations you or your team have with them, also your content on social media and the newsletters you're sending. But, if you have to put in all this extra effort to provide value and build trust with your leads, why the hell work with them in the first place? Why not just work with the referrals who already know, like, and trust you? The obvious big reason is that your referrals and your sphere of influence are typically limited. I mean, you can grow it organically by asking every single person you meet to refer their friends or family to work with you, but you're not going to get that exponential growth, that explosion in your business that you're looking for. In order to double, triple, 5, 10 times the amount of business he did last month, you're going to need leverage to achieve that. And that's where the online advertising comes in, whether using Facebook, Google, or YouTube ads. And the thing thing is, if you don't use leverage, just know that your competitors are. There are people in your market, there's real estate agents right now spending $1,000 to year one on advertising, and they're crushing it. And if you don't want to fall behind your competition, especially in the market we're in right now, then you would better evolve your business and your mindset and get with the times to offset the slow period you might be experiencing right now. So what else does it take to turn an online lead into a warm referral-like client and ultimately into a sale? Probably heard this before, but most leads require constant nurturing to close the deal. Now, that being said, that is absolutely not always the case. We have gotten tons of quick wins from running online ads, like James Chapa from Austin, Texas. He got 2 deals closed within 60 days, so 2 months, and netted over $30,000 in commissions. Nancy Durrell got her first listing within just 1 week of launching her ad campaigns. She only spent $100 on ads. Now, that being said, I've also seen just as many deals come in within 6 to 12 months. Trey Ripple, who's also from Austin, Texas, just got a $1.8 million listing from a referral from a lead who he generated back in August, 6 months ago. Doug Baxter from Calgary, Alberta, randomly sent out an email to his entire database, and someone responded saying, "Yep, I'm ready to go see houses." They saw a place up in the Northwest, this new home that the lead really liked. They closed on that. Doug netted over 15 grand in commissions, and he generated that lead 6 months prior to sending that email. Naturally, some leads take longer to transact than others. Here's how to stay on top of them so you're never leaving money on the table. First off, when you're doing your prospecting, your follow-up, you really got to prioritize the new calls to the new leads, because that's when they're most likely to pick up, and you're going to be able to start building that long-term relationship with them. We've made over 1 million phone calls by now to online leads, and so we have tons of data on this. Most leads who pick up the phone will do so within the first 5 calls you make over 3 days of them becoming a lead. If you can't call each new lead within 5 or 10 minutes of them coming in and make those initial 5 calls over 3 days, then hire an ISA to call, qualify those leads and set appointments for you for just $5 an hour. Otherwise, you'll be leaving a lot of money on the table for your competitors to snatch up. Then you want to use automation through newsletters and retargeting ads to nurture your leads, because like we talked about, naturally, a lot of deals take a few months to close. Your ISA will help out by making those long-term nurture calls as well for the clients who aren't quite ready to go. Just stay in front of them in any and all ways possible. You also want to focus on quantity and building your database, because not every deal turns out, especially right now where you might be getting a few more objections from people saying, "I want to hold off until the market changes." But you can offset any slow period in real estate simply by building a massive pipeline. People still need to buy or sell homes because life happens, regardless of the market conditions. And you will find those people if you generate enough leads and talk to enough of them. If you're working with like 2 clients at a time and they both decide to hold off, then you're out of luck. You got no deals. But if you and your team are working with 30 clients at a time and half of them decide to hold off, you still got a lot of deals coming through the pipeline. So I want to leave you with a quick recap of the 2 key takeaways here. Again, build a massive database and then build trust with that database by providing value to them. Because that is the number one thing people neglect when they're doing online advertising. They don't think about it because they're used to referrals who already know, like, and trust them. Not providing value is the number one reason the industry average has a 1% closing rate of online leads, which sucks, by the way. I know you don't want to be average. If you can master this technique for converting online leads, your business will blow up and you can scale enormously, because then you can hire team members to leverage the system you're using and ultimately create a great real estate business. Before you go and we end this video, I actually want to leave you with some wise words from an agent named Abraham Garcia. He's from Evans, Georgia. He's in our mastermind. He is able to get a sale, so either a buyer or a listing sold, closed, for every $300 he spends on ads. And it's because he is excellent at this whole process of providing value, building trust, and rapport with the leads he's generating. So check out what he said on our last collab call here.
Hey, how you doing there, Sam?
Hey, very well, thank you.
So sorry about getting on here a little late. I had one of my side agents. They had a listing. As a matter of fact, she just got that through the lead here.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of the stuff that we're got in the system is cooking, So sometimes my client, I call him. Sometimes we don't even talk real estate. It's just that rapport we kind of getting together, So when they're all ready, they know they're going to call me.